This is one of my favourite walks. It starts at a little church, which was once part of a large estate. You can probably see that there's lots of rhododendrons and laurels and things because this was part of the formal gardens of the larger estate. The walk follows this stream and goes backwards and forwards across it. The stream's quite high at the moment and there's no bridge across it, so we either walk through it or jump it. I usually precariously jump it at this point. There's some old derelict buildings, which were probably just barns for livestock, but they've been taken back by nature now. And the odd tyre, unfortunately. There was some amazing fungi on this tree, which was black. It's shrunk back a lot now, but it was quite fleshy and much bigger than it is. These are the rides or drives that used to go to the main house. The house burned down in the 1950s, and since that time the estate was split up. Some of the parts of the woodland are managed quite lightly, others aren't really managed at all. This particular side of the woodland is mostly evergreens and rhododendrons and laurels. With a few sweet chestnuts also mixed in. And there are signs of wildlife, probably squirrels. They seem to always take the middle sweet chestnut of the three in each seed pod because it's the most fleshy. Now over the other side of the woodland, around here there's quite a lot of oaks, but also beech and sycamore and a few ash. Quite a few of them have fallen in recent storms. The wind seems to have been coming from a particularly unusual direction, and these are oaks, but quite shallow rooted, as you can see. More really tall oak trees, but you can see granite all around as well. This area doesn't have very much topsoil, and so they don't have a lot to hold on to, I don't think. But they've been growing here for many years. Until December. They seem to have fallen in groups. You can see ahead that pile of granite and yet more fallen trees. It's sad to see them on the ground, but ultimately they will grow fungus and still support lots of wildlife. We just crossed this lane, which would have been another one of the drives to the house. I often just turn my phone upside down and pop it on a tree stump and look at the canopy. This crown shyness fascinates me, where the trees don't completely meet. They're mostly beech trees here, and it seems to be more obvious in beech trees. We're just going down the valley to the stream at the bottom, and then we're going to cross the stream. This is thought by some people to be a holy well, but in fact it's a medieval well that used to serve a farm called Rook's Farm, as far as we know. I could listen to this stream for hours. It's just a really gentle babbling brook. We're just coming up now to my very favourite tree in the woods. It's absolutely fascinating the way it's grown back into itself. Back across the stream again. Sometimes when the water is high, where the stream is narrower, it runs faster. Sometimes it really narrows down, like here. Another fallen tree. This one fell some time ago and it has its own ecosystem growing on it, lots of ferns and things. This here is an adit, which is a type of drain to one of the tunnel copper mines. They fill up with water, so this is one of the drains from it. They're all disused now. And across the river here is a bridleway now, but this used to be part of an old road that used to run all the way through the woods, which is no longer in existence, but on old maps it's quite plain to see. And it would have joined up with some of those drives that I showed you earlier in the film. Back out of the woodland now and onto some farm fields. This field had courgettes in it last year, but now they're just growing grass. A little further along we've got daffodils. These ones are just in bud at the moment. They're commercially grown and packed up and sent off to all the big cities such as London and Manchester, etc. Here there are some that are much farther on. They started flowering in December. I hope you enjoyed the walk. If there's anything that you'd like to know particularly, do let me know, and please do subscribe.